Hi all, very good morning. Thanks for joining for today's session. Today, we are going to discuss the remaining topics what we left yesterday. So now, how data got stored in earlier times? If you look into Vedas, they used to write the stories or images in the tree leaves, right? And especially some tree leaves are helpful very to write the knowledge. At that time, we don't have any paper, anything, and not only not only the leaves, we they are used to write on the animal skin as well. So like that, after Vedas, and now if you go through the modern evolution, so if I go see the how they used to write in the cave paintings, that's how the data got, I mean, went to the next generations. So when modern evolution evolved, we have evolved from cave paintings to paper, punch card, when I have seen that, right? I have seen the CD, after that DVD hard disk, after that pen drive, memory hard disk, USB hard disk. Later on, now SSD and NV, SSD NV is the latest evolution as of now, up to now. So that's how the data storage got evolved in the times. Now, so this is the now punch card, magnetic type, removable hard disk, floppy disk. Now floppy disk is outdated. CD is also outdated. SD card is also outdated, but still we are using pen drive. It's commonly using now hyper cloud as well. Cloud means nothing but storage was providing by the vendors. So this is the storage evolution system. Now coming to especially Microsoft, they have used the notepads, but the notepads was flat files are not sufficient to save. If you save try to save more than 10 GB, so you are unable to open the flat file as well. Later on, after that it got like Excel. After that it was Microsoft Access. After that we have SQL Server. This is how the evolution got stored from Microsoft. Okay. Now, what's the difference between DBMS or DBMS? So, sir, this is the interview question. Okay. So, definitely they will ask you in the level one interview. DBMS stands for Database Management System. So, no, sir, you whatever terminology you look right. I'm audible, right?
Yes, sir, sir, you
Yes,
are.
audible.
Yeah, thank you. So, no need to remember the years or anything. If you say some logic points, that's enough in the interview. DBMS stands for Database Management System. Any software which help us to store the data and retrieve the data, that we are calling it as a database management software. You can consider Excel is a database management. You can consider MS Access is a DBA database management software. Okay, now the next step of is like RDBMS, Relationship Database Management System, where we are trying to create the relationship for like primary key and foreign key, that kind of relationships that that we are having, right? That facility we are calling it as a RDBMS. And in the DBMS we cannot create the relationship, but RDBMS we can create the relationship. For example, let's assume that I'm having two laptops. Okay, in one system I have installed MS Office or MS Access. Okay, now I have copied the MS Access file to the another system. Can I open? Can I open? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You cannot open. Why? Because there is no respective software installed in other machine. Okay, but coming to SQL Server, if you install one machine, you install SQL Server in one machine, you can connect and you can connect to the SQL Server from wherever you are having, irrespective of like if you have network connection. So that I want to that is like server and client architecture. So in which machine you install MS Office or MS Excel, in that only you can open that respective file. Other than you cannot open in other machines if until unless you install especially in that MS Office. Okay. Now, sir, I will save one P what MX access file or MX file in the D drive. Anyone can connect, anyone can connect to this Windows machine, can able to see the D drive or not? Yes or no?
Yes.
So I mean, can any and until unless they use password or other thing, they cannot able to, but they can access, right? So they can. So that's why there is no security of data for DBMS. But coming to RDBMS, especially a login will be created into the SQL Server, and up to then nobody can log in to the SQL Server. Sir, we have multiple layers of security in SQL Server, so that like everywhere we can restrict the access as well. Each table is separated, and many tables are grouped into the databases. Here we don't have databases. Here every table is separated, but we are, I mean, every tables are created into one database only. DBMS may satisfy few rules of EF card and may satisfy more than DBMS. Sir, who is F card? We are going to see in the next second. Now it is process small amount data and process large amount data. Data stored as a file here. Okay, but here we are saving as a raw data. How we are inserting the data in the SQL Server is that is going to store in the rows and columns. That is called, simply we are calling it as a tabular format. And we cannot perform acids in DBMS. What is mean by acid? We are going to see in the level 3. Okay, and what is the best example for DBMS stands for MS Access or SQL Server Oracle is the best examples for the RDBMS. Sir, who is FCARD? Sir, I will tell you one. I will ask one question. Who is the father of who is the architect of modern India? General question, sir. Sometimes we will come out from the original subject. Who is the father? Hello. Except from US people, for I mean, you can, sir, this is like interaction, guys. This is interaction. Okay. Hello.
Jawaharlal Nehru.
No, man. Nah,
Ma-
really,
Mahatma Gandhi.
no. So I mean, we have big statue in Gujarat. Who is that?
Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel.
Yes, Sardar Bhai Vallabhbhai Patel is the modern architect of India. Why? Because he united all the states into one country. That's why, um, if you see your driving license, right there, what is there in the driving license in the upper? United India, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's right. Yeah. So like that, who are contributed for these softwares, they are calling it as a fathers. Okay. So now, who is the father of computer? Charles Babbage. Okay. Who is the father of DBMS? Charles Batchman. Now, who is the father of RDBMS? EF card. We simply Edgar F card. We are simply used to call as a EF card. This person is the only responsible who developed, who given the thoughts. Okay, if we follow this kind of rules, then only the software should be called as a RDBMS. So this man has given the thoughts, okay, what the rules and regulations for the RDBMS. That's the reason we are calling it him as a father of RDBMS. Okay, this is no need to remember why, because we are same technology, right? So we should aware of that. Okay, nobody will ask you then in the interview. Just for information sake, I am saying that. What are the rules? The rules are that he proposed 12 rules. 12 rules means 0 to 12. How many? 13 rules. Okay, 13 rules are there. What are 13 rules? Are foundation rules. Rule number one: it must be have explicit the data represented use tables and columns. In SQL Server, we use only tables and columns only and rows only. So first rule was satisfied. Now rule number one, what is called information rule. What is the rule? All data represented ex logical level and physical exact and way. And yeah, sir, how you inserted the data, that's how it is going to store. Now if we insert, if I insert the data insert into table, insert into table name, values here 1 comma, yeah. If we insert the data like this, it will go like this only. Okay, so that is what now logically and physically also it is storing the same way. So SQL Server was satisfying this rule. Now total two rules was accepted. Now what is that guaranteed access rule? What is that?
Acha,
Yes,
acha.
yes, please.
Yeah, when you say logical and physical, can you briefly explain about it? What is logical and what is physical?
Mm, logical means the all the table level. Physical means at the page level. Page in the page level, sir. Table is a logical or physical?
Mm,
Table.
Yeah, table is a logical level, right?
Logical level, right? Now now everything file everything in the SQL Server is a logical software. Only the data where it is going to save the data, it is there in the physically, it is saved in the page. Okay, in the physically they are going to save in the how we have inserted the data, right? In that way only it is going to store.
Mhm. When you say physical, it means it is storing in the hardware part, right?
Yes, yes,
Somewhere in the store.
yes, yes.
And logical means
In
there is no storage
there is no storage.
involved.
There is no storage involved, but all everything will be related to the one table only.
Mhm.
Yep. So now guaranteed access rule. All data should be accessible with the table name on primary key attribute name. Sir, if you see here, whenever we want to retrieve the data, we generally what we used to select star from table name. Okay, this is how now if you want to filter, you can filter where ID is equal to 1, or if you want to filter select, you can filter only the retrieved columns only, like name. Okay, so now however we want, if we want to record wise we are fetching, if we want column wise we are fetching the data. So that is what this is like guaranteed access rule. So this rule is also like satisfying. Now systematic treatment of nulls. Sir, null means what? Null means nothing. In SQL Server, for example, there is a table ID name. Now ID is equal to 1, there is a column null, and 2 something called Arsha. So this is how table is there, sir. Generally, if you want to retrieve the name column, what is that? How you are going to retrieve? This is how you need to retrieve, right? Where ID is equal to 2. But what about null values? What about null value? If you want to retrieve the null values, how you are going to retrieve? Can I say that where name is equal to null? Can I do like this?
No.
No. Why? Because we have for null values SQL Server considers differently. Now where name is null. So if you want to retrieve the nulls, you have to use like this. We have to use one function is null. So then all the data will get retrieved. Null means in SQL Server nothing, or unknown value, or um, yeah, unknown value. That is what null means. Okay, for example, I am retrieving the name. Okay, I'm retrieving the name. Okay, like if you want to retrieve for sir, I don't want to see the null values. I don't want to see the null values. So for that, we have two functions. One is null and coalesce. Sir, this is for developers, not for us. For interview purpose in level 3, how we are going to see the null, treat the null values, how it behaves, we are going to see. For just for information purpose, for this to support my argument, systematic treatment of nulls. That is what I am saying here. Okay. Now SQL Server will also satisfying this rule. Now dynamic align catalog based on the relationship model. Sir, the data about the data we are calling it as a statistics in SQL Server. How you are inserted the data, that data is all going to store into one to statistics in like what statistics header, um, and one way histogram. Okay, so it will be show, I will show you how it is going to store um in the about the data about the data. Why? Because SQL Server knows how many rows are there with the with this ID, how many rows, how many duplicate values are there. So that is what dynamic online catalog. These rules are also satisfying by the if code rule. Now comprehensive subdata languages. Sir, any now SQL Server have different languages subdivided into languages. Okay, what are they? And if I see go here, yeah. So if you see here, SQL Server support into DDL, DML, and DSQL. And on what command we are I mean, if trying to create one more column, okay, on the table, that is called DDL. If we are trying to retrieve the data and trying to update the data, that we are calling it as a DML. If you want to trying to control access, that we are calling it as uh, um, a DCL. And if you want to putting the save points between the transactions, then we are calling it as a TCL transactions. So now SQL Server also satisfying this rule. Okay, now EF card rule. Sir, any view that is theoretically updated should be updated by system. Sir, in SQL Server, we have two kinds of views. What views is what is a normal view? One is materialized view. Sir, SQL Server satisfied only this rule, materialized views. Okay. Uh, like what is view, guys? What is view? View is a virtual table, right? Okay. For security purpose, I cannot give the original name. Let's assume that let's select star from table name, right? But I want to provide only columns, name and city to the user, call something Harsha. Okay, now I want to provide only these two columns data to the one of the user called Harsha. Now at that time, what instead of providing on the columns, we can create create view, like now on like what view underscore, like table name, like select, now I can do like this. Okay, so now if I create a view on this, now directly I am if we are if we select star from view name, select star from view name, right? So now if I do like this, he can only retrieve, we can only retrieve the name and city from this view. So like this, now this view is not touching anything. It is going to touch to the base table only. But security purpose, for other reasons, we are saving the syntax here. And so we have multiple advantages of the views, and mostly developers will use to create. As a DBS, we are going to execute that T sequence. Now this view doesn't store any data. If you want to store the data, you have to create materialized view. So that is what here it is saying that. So SQL Server is also satisfying this rule. Now high level insert and update and delete rule. What does that mean? The system should support set based operations for inserting and deleting the data in very high level. SQL Server also doing that. And physical independence. Physical independence means, sir, I can save my data in the D drive. I can save my data in one file group I am saving in the D drive. Another file group we are saving in the D drive, another drive. So it doesn't matter where I save, doesn't matter. Physically, our SQL Server is independent. Okay. So that SQL Server also satisfying this rule. Okay. Now logical independence. So now, for example, when I'm calling this table, select star from table name, right? So by default, everybody know we have default schema. Okay, even though if you don't mention .db also doesn't matter. But like if you change the DBO, if you change from DBO to something called Hyderabad schema to another schema, but when you try to retrieve like this, it won't appear, it will give error. By default, whenever we change the schemas or anything, okay, and you need to change from the application of or in the application while retrieving as well. So to some extent SQL Server was satisfying this rule. Now integrity constraint. Integrity, what are the integrity constraints are there? What are the integrity constraints? One is primary key. Primary key means what? Primary key, unique key, these are all the integrity constraints. Integrity means the data should not have duplicate values. So if I insert one value, if I try to insert again one null value, what will happen, sir? What will it will give primary key violation,
violation.
right? So now in the interview they will ask you what is the difference between the primary key and the unique key. Okay, the difference between is both are integrity constraints, but primary key doesn't accept null values, okay, and duplicate values, okay. But unique key don't doesn't accept null values, doesn't accept duplicate values and one null value. One null value only it will accept. Sir, whenever you create the primary key on the table, what will happen, sir? It will create cluster index and data will get sorted. And if you create the unique key, what will happen, sir? It will create non-cluster index. Non-cluster index data won't data won't get started. Sir, after this class, I'm going to share. I mean, once you join that our training program, I'm going to share one book, and you have to write the differences in your own notes as well. Okay, so that you will get prepared for yourself. So after this class, you might forget all these things. Okay, so integrity constraints also there. No need to specify from the application as well. From the it all these integrity constraints are stored in the database only. That SQL Server also satisfying this rule. Okay, good. Now distribution independence. Sir, I have one SQL Server in one database. I have one more SQL Server in another system. Okay, can I can I retrieve the data from one SQL server from one SQL server to another SQL server? Yes, that we are used to call it as a once we configure linked servers, then we can retrieve the data wherever the SQL server data distribution was happened, doesn't matter, we can retrieve the data. Okay, that we are calling it as a distribution independence. The SQL Server is also satisfying this rule. Now, non-subversion rule. What is happened? The system must not allow or access manipulated in ways that bypass integrity relation constraint. Okay, sir, I have inserted the data. I have inserted the data. Now, what will happen, sir? For example, what will happen? I have inserted identity. I have inserted on the column. If I insert one manually, if I try to exploit, right? For example, sir, what is identity, sir? Can anyone help me with that? What is identity
I
constraint?
think identity inset will use auto generate the values in
Yes,
increment.
yes, exactly. Sir, I'm having a two columns. One is ID column, one more name column. When I'm trying to insert the name, insert the values, no need to mention the ID column. See, identity constraint will automatically insert the data, right? So now I have inserted the name like this. Now if I want to insert again one, it won't accept. It won't accept. Why? Because null already one is there. Okay, identity constraint automatically will insert two here. Now what will happen? I will stop. I will stop. I will turn off. I will turn off identity constraint, and I can insert. I can insert like this. I can insert the again one more value. Okay, SQL Server will accept, but next time when you turn on, when you try to turn on the identity and you are trying to turn an identity, it will prompt the error. Why? Because your data is not supporting the identity constraint. First, let's re- let's remove the duplicate values, and then try to turn on identity. Okay, sir, you use any language, other, see, you are trying to utilize any other language, like Java, hacking, or anything. When identity or primary or unique cluster index are using, right? So you cannot insert the duplicate values. However, you use any other high level language, doesn't matter. It will won't support. Now SQL Server is also support satisfying this rule. So total from 0 to 12 there are 13 rules. All 13 rules are like supported by SQL Server, except one rule is also supporting, but we have one more concept called that is materialized view. Total it is satisfying 12 rules. So now can I call it as a SQL Server as RDBMS product? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Now in the interview, what is the conditions that no why how can I call a software as a RDBMS product? On what basis I can call it as a RDBMS product? This is the interview question you might get in the interview. Now you have to say EF card rules. If EF card has proposed 12 rules, okay. If we satisfy that rules, then only we have to call it as a RDBMS. Okay, you just remember this one or two five lines. Okay, that could be enough. No need to remember everything. Okay, is that fine, sir? Not only this thing, right? We have data models as well. So keeping this DBMS models into inspiration, sir, I would like to say some other topic here. Sir, in my area there is a one shop called Red Bucket Biryani. It got very famous. Okay, so in the opposite, after seeing that guy's success, what other the society people will do, right? So they will create one more shop with the green bucket biryani. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Now, sir, KFC there. Or is that only KFC there with that kind of model? In our I mean in my area, BFC is there. BFC. What is Bobby Fried Chicken? Sir, what is KFC stands for, sir? Kentucky Fried Chicken, right? So now using the same model, same logo and architecture with different little bit differences. I mean like that. So the same way, using the DBMS rules and everything, they have it what inspired for any other data models. Okay, what are that models? Hierarchy data model, network data model, ER data model, and relationship data model. So now if I see here, sir, these many models are there. In that, where our SQL Server starts fall in 10, see, in this 10 model data models, in which model our SQL Server falls, sir?
I think it's a relational model.
Yes, yes,
ERP.
yes, yes, yeah. No, no, it's not ERP, it's relation model. Okay, so now hierarchy model. For just sir information purpose, sir, no need to remember. Okay, so how the hierarchy like shoe, in the shoe we have two columns are there, women's shoe and men's shoe, like that. High heels, like sir we had like the hierarchy, sir. Sir, we if you don't know, we are all using hierarchy model in Windows. What is that component? What is that component? Do you have any idea?
AD.
AD. Active.
Mm, AD, AD somewhat good. But yeah, one more thing I would like to show you here, regedit, registry. Okay, sir, registry also follows hierarchy model. See, in the computer, there are five columns. Local user in the local machine system is there. Again, we have sir, like this. See, SQL Server also follows network hierarchy model in the for registry. Now, in the for our India is also hierarchy model is there. What is that? Yeah, where is that? Yeah, sir, I will show this. Sir, who is who is the head of our India, sir? Who is the first head?
President.
President, vice president, prime minister. So this is a like hierarchy, sir. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Can you turn off your mic, please? We are getting voice. Yep. Sir, network model. In network model, one college is there, column is there, and in the college we have multiple departments, and student can be linked to the multiple departments or multiple. So one student can be part of like multiple students can be part of the library, right? Yeah. So this is what network model behave. Okay. Now, sir, I will share this link. You can go through that. And coming to entity relationship model, everything should be in flowchart. Okay. Now coming to relationship model, this is our SQL Server. This is how SQL Server stores the data. This is called logical. Okay. But physically it is stored in the page level. Okay. So all the links what we are going to see in this, I will share in the our mom document. Okay, sir, now this. Okay, sir, how many of you using the car, sir? Car, your own car? Any persons who are using cars here? Yeah, no problem.
Yes.
Sir, in the car we have multiple editions, right? Yes or no? Basic variant, mid variant, high variant plus, yes or no?
Yeah.
So what's the difference in these all of these?
The features are different.
Yeah, futures are different. Same way, the same way, we are also having editions. What are those editions? Enterprise edition, standard edition, work group edition, web edition, developer edition, express edition, data center edition, business intelligence edition, evolution edition, embedded edition, and compact edition, parallel data warehouse edition. All these editions are not available in every, but most of the editions are available in SQL Server in 2008 only. To avoid this confusion, why? Because sir, too many chefs will spoil the food. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, the same way, if we have these many of editions, who I mean, for I need to know for in I need to compare. Okay, this feature is there or not in my in the edition. This feature is there or not in the work group edition or not. I need to compare, sir. So for that convenience, uh, we have like they are categorized into two editions. One is mainstream edition and specialized edition. In the mainstream editions, enterprise, data center, web edition, standard edition, and expression edition, all these editions are be there. Sir, data center and enterprise edition are same. They have renamed data center edition as a enterprise edition after 2008. It means from 2012 onwards, there is no data center edition, only enterprise edition. You just remember this difference. Okay, but in the real time, do we need to install all of this, sir? As of now, I didn't use only evolution edition. Evolution edition, for testing purpose they will use, but evolution is as a is like enterprise edition, is like enterprise with trial features, with trial few with trial features. Everything is there up to 180 days, means 6 months, means 6 months. 6 months you can use without license. Okay. Now developer edition. So developer edition is free from 2014. 2014 onwards you need to pay $50. $50 you need to pay to get have it. Harsha, previous only you said the free. Yes sir, developer is free from 2016 edition. From 16 edition onwards, it's a free edition. You can use all the features what we are using in the enterprise edition. Everything will be there in the developer edition, but you should not connect your application. The rule is like, you should not connect, you should not use that instance to the production, in the production. Okay. Now developer edition, right? Now stand enterprise means everything, every future, everything will be supported. We cannot talk, I mean, no need to talk anything more on this. Now standard edition means limited features, limited features. Okay. Now express edition means free with uh, is free edition, no agent, with only 10 GB data. Only you can use up to 10 GB data in the processor. In the real time, I have seen only enterprise, standard, express, developer. Okay, so depending on your organization, sir, for example, if you are company related to the VLSI, okay, at that time you might see embedded edition. Sir, your company is related to the hosting, web hosting. At that time, you are going to see web edition. Okay, so depending upon your organizations, so your editions will get changed. Is that fine? Shall I move forward?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Now, sir, I am saying that few editions are supported, right? Now, see, what's the difference? You will get to know. Sir, in the interview, if you ask that what are the differences between, you need to say how much hardware it is going to support and what are the features it is going to support. That is the best answer to this question. Sir, now for SQL Server, you are using SQL Server 2025, SQL Server 5. If you want to upgrade 2017, but you are using another 2012 operating system, is it possible? Is it possible?
Can you come again?
You are using SQL Server 2005 operating SQL Server on SQL Server 2012 operating system. Now you want
Okay.
to upgrade to the 2019. Is it possible?
No.
No. Why? Because
No.
if you want to upgrade, you need to cross check what is the operating system it is going to support. Okay. In general, the thumb rule is like it is supporting two version backward, two forward. This is basic thumb rule. Okay. Now now let's go to see rules. SQL Server. Sir, now see, we are seeing here. Now, if I go with the enterprise edition, if I go with the enterprise, how much CPU your operating system is having, that much CPU can be utilized by the SQL Server. But if you are using standard edition, how many? 24 cores or 4 sockets. Sir, if I go with the Express edition, what is the limitation, sir? One socket, maximum 4 cores only. Sir, this is a hardware limit. You are using hardware limits. Coming to RAM, okay, buffer pool, you can use the maximum. For standard edition, it is 128 GB, and this is for expectation. You can use the SQL Server can utilize only this much of RAM in for buffer pool. So this is are all the limitations. Okay, this is all hardware limitations. Okay, now coming to software, sir, mirroring. So if you want to use mirroring future in SQL Server, if you are having enterprise edition, yes, you can use standard edition plus 2 means some rules. Okay, I will tell you. Yeah, expression also with limitations you can use. Okay, if you want to use always on cluster instances, you can use in the enterprise, you can use in the standard, but you cannot use in the web and the express editions as well. Faster recovery is there in the enterprise only, it is not there in the standard. Remaining all these things you can use. Sorry, whatever we are seeing the rear two right here, two we are there, here we are there. What are they better? Yeah, two me one means this is the full safety only. Okay, if you want to use this mirroring or anything, you can use only in full safety only. Third means witness only. Sir, what all these are we are seeing in the uh, how we are going to configure mirroring at that time we are going to see. Yeah, just see that conditions. Here three means I mean in these conditions only you can use database mirroring. But in the enterprise edition there is or no such limitations. Yes or no? Yeah, so all these like addition, these are the differences between the editions in SQL Server. Okay, that's well and good. Now coming to license. SQL Server supports three kinds of licenses. One is code-based license, server plus cal license, and subscriptions. Sir, ha- now if I go here, task manager, go to performance, go to CPU. Sir, now you tell me how many sockets I'm having?
Socket 4 cores.
For
One
one socket,
one socket. Yeah,
four core.
one socket, 4 cores, 8 thread, 8 logical processor. Why? Because in the Intel, we are having one feature. One is called hyper threading. Okay, hyper threading means what? One person will act as a two persons. Okay, like dual role, right? 4 cores are there, right? Four physically I'm having four, but logically it will represent it as a 8 cores. Now totally how many cores are I'm having?
8.
8 cores. Now yeah, so this is the future, sir. No need, you or me or no need to do anything, sir. It's a future from Intel. Okay, now uh, core based license, sir. Before this technology arrives, before this technology arrives, now socket based, right? I can purchase only socket based license in olden days. Now what will happen? Microsoft is like getting like, okay man, if I go with the socket based, so now I need to purchase only the limited amount. But if I put the price per core basis, I will get more money, right? Now Microsoft think like that, and it will, I mean, it change the license policy as well from later versions as well. Now it supports core-based license. Now, how many license that I need to purchase? 8 license I need to purchase for my Windows for this operating system. Okay. Now, if I see here, I will tell you core license by slice, sir. Now my organization is different, sir. My organization is different. I'm having I'm having only I'm having only 10 people. Only 10 people are going to use SQL Server. More than that, we are not using anything. At that time, then you can go with the CAL model. CAL means client access list. How many users you are using for SQL Server? that many license you can get from the SQL Server. Sir, instead of purchasing everything, you can purchase only for 10 people. That we are calling it as a server plus cal model. Sir, okay, that's well and good. Sir, um, my company is there. I mean, I don't know how long I will be survive in the market. So, sir, if you started one company, sir, you will invest everything in the company. I mean, everything. You purchase hardware, you purchase land, everything. If you do like this, how much the budget will be main constraint, right? Yes or no? Hello?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So now I don't know. Now what will happen? I will go subscription model. First I will pay for 1 year. After that I will go for next one more year. Yes or no? The same model we used to follow nowadays for internet as well, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. So that we are calling it a subscription. Now, okay, that's well and good. Let's see the price, some calculations. Sir, this is the licensing model to the for 2019. Now, now enterprise edition we are going to talk about. Minimum you have to purchase two core pack. Minimum you have to purchase two core pack. Okay. Now, for the two core, what is that model? $13, right? Now what? Let's open the calculator, sir. It's a calculator. So, mostly all things are maths only. Now, for example, how many cores are there, sir? For me, 8 cores, right? Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, 8 cores means I need to purchase all now 13, 13.
4 cores, right? 8 logical processors.
Yeah, that I will let you know. I will let you know it. Yeah, 13, 4, 7, 4, 8 into 8. Okay. Now, sir, this much of money, this of the now let's wait. So if I go with the 8, we are going to we are getting this much of dollars. If I get that 13,748 into 4. Sir, now you tell me which one is good. This much dollars is good or this much of dollars is good?
The lesser one.
Sir, you are a company, sir. For company point of view, no user point of view. You,
Yeah,
sir, uh,
based on the users, right? Number of users are there in the company.
yeah, no. So no, you are only Microsoft company.
Okay.
Now, which one is good for you?
The first one.
Yeah, so now that's the reason. That's the reason they said that per core basis you have to purchase the license. For core basis you have to purchase the license. Now how many cores we are having? 8. Okay. So now these many cores are we need to purchase. If we don't have hyper threading, physically we have to purchase 4. Now we have to purchase 8 logical processors license we need to purchase. Now these many dollars I need to convert. Okay. Now, if I let's assume that what is the dollar price? What is the dollar price?
82.
82. Okay. Yeah. Can you read this in Indian currency? Indian currency? 40,
45 lakhs.
sir,
45 lakh.
45 lakhs 9,000. Okay. For
Yeah.
single, if I go with the four cores only for one system, I need to give 45,000, 45 lakhs. Is it possible for single software? Uh, when in for example in company there could be n number of servers, right? Let's assume that I'm having 100 servers. I'm having 100 servers with four cores only I'm having. Now what could be the price into 100? How much? 45 core, 9 lakhs 34,400. Yes or no? Sir, who will, for software only, this much of cost we are getting. Okay, if we go with the standard edition, we go with the standard. Okay, for 100 system, 4 cores, enterprise edition. Now, if I go with the CAL model, server plus cloud model with 10 users. Okay, now if I go with the documentation, first, what is the server plus stand model? Stand model, $89. First level, like, for one single user, I need to pay $219. Okay, very good. 209 into 10 plus 1 plus $899. 899. Sir, if I go with, I'm having 10 company, 10, 10 users. So now, where are they? Sir, like into 82. Sir, 2 lakhs, 2 lakhs 45,098 rupees, 2 lakhs 98 rupees. If you have go with the purchase model, sir, now you tell me which one is good. In the interview, you might ask which one is good. Server client license model is good. Uh, like what is that? Another one. Core based licensing model is good.
Depends on
Yes,
requirement.
exactly. Don't get like by seeing the numbers. Always go with the requirement. Whenever you get this answer by question, you should ask, may I know the requirement? How many users are you there? Yeah, sir. Let's assume that this one is good, right? This one is good by numbers. Now, what about if I go with 100 users? 100. 100, it will get increased, right? It will get increased more than this only 45, it will get more than 45,000, right? So depending upon the requirements, depending upon your requirements, you are going to give that. Sir,
Harsha,
yes, please.
yeah, when you say users, so is it like the users that are getting from the application that are hitting from the application to SQL Server, or the core software that is being used by the users?
How many persons are using the SQL Server?
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. So, for example, if in the organization,
Yeah.
I'm not sure, my understanding is correct or wrong,
Okay, yeah,
but
go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, in the organization there is a DBA team, like 4 members. So you can you say, like 4 members are using the SQL Server, or
Yes,
what?
yes, you can say like that.
It depends on the connections also. The applications making the connections.
So then from application means there can be more, right?
Suppose suppose 100 persons are using that application. This mean 100.
100 users.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that means 100% are using the application. For example, each person is having one connection, so it will come as 100 sessions in SQL Server, right?
Sir, no. The connections wise, there is no such limit, sir. User point of view only. There could be a license. That's the reason we are calling it as client access list. Sir, now, okay, we had a doubt on this. Sir, even though I am having 9 plus of years experience, I don't get involved in the pricing conversation. For interview purpose, for knowledge purpose, I am saying that no, especially database architects and more level higher management in is involved in this pricing discussion. So for example, no sir, I want to learn for myself. Okay, then okay, sir, here we are having a button, right? Click on this button, chat with sales. Everything everything whatever doubts you have been there, you can discuss and you can come to one conclusion. Before this, before coming to session, I have prepared one document here. If you see here, now I have chatted with the Microsoft sales team. I want to purchase a SQL Server 2022 per code license per single server, core based. Now I'm asking that, is it once paid or need to pay yearly? Now what that guy is saying that here, the license is one time payment usually. Okay, like that, whatever doubts you had for related to the licensing model, you have to chat with the sales team. Is that fine?
Okay, got it.
Now subscription base. Now if I open here, where that went?
Harsha, I have a quick question here.
Yes, please.
So, if we have 50 users, we decide to go with uh, the one which you mentioned,
Yeah,
uh, Cal, right? Yes.
yeah,
So, if the users are increased to 100 and it is supposed to be more than what the core license is,
yes.
now can we change to the other licensing
Yeah, it's all depends upon their licensing model. So
because we paid for 50 users, right?
yes, yes.
So is it going to be wasted or how?
Sir, that can be answer. SQL Server is not like my that answer is you get answer only by discussing with the sales team. So
Okay, okay.
by I can say that no, no, especially in the case of what you are reading, sir.
Software assurance benefits.
Yeah, until unless you are having software assurance benefits, then
Okay,
only you can get you can convert your license from one version to another version. Okay, so apart from that, you cannot use those license for you can convert you can, already I paid something. You cannot I mean you cannot give the same amount for the next another license until unless you are having software assurance benefits. So what are those? Yeah, let's see that, sir. If I go with the subscription model, if you want to use SQL Server for 1 year, this much of dollars you need to pay for 2 codes.
okay.
Sir, see what we are having here? Volume licensing. Okay. What is this volume licensing? For example, sir, I am having one Excel. Wait. Sir, I am having 100 SQL servers. Like this, I have named now. I have license like this. Sir, can I maintain like this? License key 1, license 2, key 3, license key 3. Can I maintain like this in Excel sheet? Yes or no? Okay, I can maintain. But what happened if this file got corrupted? Sir, this is not a best practice. That's the reason Microsoft has came with the concept called volume-based licensing. Now, for example, before purchasing or anything, before purchasing, they will give one key. They will give one key. Okay, they don't. I mean, they don't know how many SQL servers you are using. Doesn't matter, they will give one key only. You can use in how many SQL servers you are going to use, you can use the same key. Okay, but at the end of the financial year or whatever the agreement, financial year, microsoft will send audit Microsoft will send audit. Okay, based on the audit, they are going to charge. Now Microsoft will people only will do that? No, sir. We have some companies. Sir, can you tell any auditing companies are there? Auditing companies? Auditing company, guys.
Yes, yes, yes.
PwC, JP Morgan, EY, Deloitte. So they will give this subcontract to to these companies. Contract. They will go and see all these machine. Okay, Harsha has purchased volume license key for 2 systems, but he has been using for more than 20 machines. So let's bill for 20 machines as well. So like that, they are going to charge. Okay, this is called volume based licensing. Now, what is software assurance? In general terminology, can anyone read this line for me? Handy? Anyone?
SQL Server 2022 Software Assurance Benefits refers to the advantages and services available to customers who purchase a software assurance plan for SQL Server 2022. Software assurance is a comprehensive support plan offered by Microsoft, providing a variety of benefits designed to enhance the use of SQL Server.
Yeah. Sir, nowadays everybody is doing like that. Sir, now whenever you are buying a fridge or washing machine, with the buying only they will offer one gift. If you pay 100 rupees, 1 year service warranty free. If you pay 200 rupees, for 2 years service warranty is free. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? Have you
Yeah.
Correct,
seen?
correct.
Yeah. The same way we are having the same future for generally these are the software general com for generalized software assurance benefits are of version upgrades. Sir, you are having one key for 2018. You so 2008. You can use the same key to upgrade to the latest versions if you are having software assurance benefits. And we are going to get 24 by 7 support. You can use the same license in the cloud as well, that we are calling it as a hybrid license. Okay, training is free. You can use one SQL server without license in disaster recovery solutions. All these things are we are going to see, sir. Now, especially especially for 2019, so these are the software assurance benefits. See, now what happened, sir? Allow customers to install and run passive 2019 instances in separate high availability event. Sir, if you are using SQL Server with software assurance benefits license, it means you can use one SQL Server in clustering without any license. Okay, that should be passive. That should be passive means, yeah, that should be passive. Passive means that will be ideal only in the disaster recovery solutions only we have to use. Okay, now Azure benefit. What is that? And we will enable customers to use SQL Server license to pay reduced rate. Sir, if you are having on-prem license, you can you can reduce the rate in the Azure as well. Well, such as managed instance and weak or single databases. In the Azure, we can reduce. What I meant, just only one guy asked, right? The same way, if you are having already on-prem license, using that license you can reduce your price in the cloud. In the cloud, how many SQL servers are there, sir? In Azure point of view, they are in Azure. We have three SQL servers are different types, okay, based on the platforms. In the cloud, SQL server on Azure VM is one comes under as model. SQL server managed instance is comes under PaaS model. Azure SQL database comes under PaaS, but we are calling it as a DBAS. Okay, sir, if you are having on-prem license, so for all of these three, you can get license. You can reduce your price as well if you want to use cloud resources. For example, that we are calling it as a Azure hybrid benefit. Okay, now these are all the software assurance. Okay, sir, whatever the doubts are there, now chat.
Sir, I did send a message in chat.
Okay.
Uh,
Not this chat, man. I said
I
Microsoft.
understand. I understand. When you said chat, I got remember about that.
Yeah. Okay. If we brought core based, can we downgrade or if we can purchase? Sir, if you can downgrade is not possible, sir. Upgrade is possible, sir.
Okay, that's what my
Yep,
question. Okay, thank you.
yep. Why? Because, sir, sir, sometimes what will happen, right? You need to think like you are a company. Okay, sir, now you tell me, you have purchased a high variant car. After 1 month or like 2 months, if you go to the same company, I don't want this car and I want to basic model. Will they give?
No.
Yes, the same way, sir. Why? Because Microsoft has to lose the money, right? Yes or
Right.
no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
yeah, same way. Sir, I'm stopping here since we have completed 1 hour. So remaining all what is a architecture, what are that what architecture, all these things we are going to see tomorrow. Any doubts for this class? Any doubts?
Yeah, so far nothing.
Yeah. Okay, then we are going to see you tomorrow. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, hi Arsha.
Yes,
This is
please. Yeah, go ahead.
so can I ask one technical question on always on?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I have one doubt actually. So we have servers which are hosted on Amazon RDS.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we have set up a multi-agent concept. Right? So it's
Multi-agent concept
yeah,
means.
yeah, it's kind of high availability.
Okay, I'm not aware of that. You can ask always on, but I didn't. I mean, I don't know the multi-agent what you have called with.
Multi-agent like it is like a always on setup. So yeah.
Always on, I know.
Mhm. So multi-agent means it's like a high availability. So
Okay,
it's either mirroring or always on. So we need
okay.
to
Maybe it's high availability from this AWS India, right?
yeah
Yeah. Okay,
AWS.
go ahead.
Yeah. So after setup the always run, so it will create two endpoints actually. I
Okay,
mean two database endpoints. So one is a listener with a listener name. Another one is like normal. Okay.
okay.
So in the application connection string, if I provide normal like without a listener name, so will when failover happen,
Okay.
will the secondary will be down or how it is? Or do you need to provide with only listener
So,
endpoint?
sir, basically the use case of always on is like application should not aware the failure, whatever the failover events that is happening from the database end. That is the main advantage of always on, right? Yes or no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So always you have to use listener name only. Whatever failure happened, that should not be aware of application. Application doesn't matter whether it is failure or not. See, always it has to a listener always it is point out to the active replica. Yes or no?
yeah.
In the listener, I mean in the application connection ring, always you have to use listener name only.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah, because we have tested in the UAT. So once with the setup done, it's completely managed by like a PaaS model.
okay,
So you mean to say RDS in the Amazon.
okay,
Okay. So it has created two endpoint names actually, two host names.
okay.
One is like server name, another one is like listener dot some server name.
So you have to
So
use listener name only, sir.
listener name only, right?
Yes.
Okay. Suppose if you give that actual server name, so when automatically failover happens, will it fail or after some time it will?
No. When you give the server name primary replica, want intentionally you are trying to connect to the which is the primary replica. After failover, it will become the secondary replica, right? So
Yeah.
okay, after failover, if the SQL server is online, okay, that's when it will support read queries. Okay, it will not support the write queries.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. It will
Okay.
work depending upon the what kind of T-SQL queries you are sending.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
In,
So we need to follow always with the listener name, right?
yes,
In the application.
obviously, yes, sir. Now here there is a catch, sir. Depending upon what kind of workloads that your application is sending on. Okay, sir,
Mhm.
your application is sending only read-only queries, and you don't want to connect to the secondary. Sir, in general, we have two kinds of traffic. One is read traffic. one is write traffic. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So what kind of traffic that my application is sending? By default, if you are trying to connect to the primary replica, mostly it support both, right? Yes or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but in what is the advantage of always on means you can give the write traffic to the
Hmm.
primary replica. You can give the read traffic to the secondary replicas. Yes or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that you are you are utilizing all the resources you are utilizing in SQL Server. You are not keeping the second replicas ideal. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is how you can do the load balancing using the listener as well, because we have a concept called read intent only, read only. Sir, we have these kinds of concepts, and we have a concept called round
Hmm.
robin. Round robin mean first, for example, I'm having one primary replica, and four right second replicas. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if I send the read traffic, first it will go to the first second replica. Yes or no?
Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. Now, whenever I send the same another traffic, again it will go to the same second replica. Again it will go to the same second replica. So until unless all remaining secondary replicas are ideal. To avoid this concept from 2016 onwards, we have concept called round robin, which is read only routing list. So what are the priority that first write traffic it is going to hit for the second replica. Second read traffic it is going to hit the second replica. Third read traffic will go to second replica. Another next will come to the second replica. Round robin. Yes or no?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So we
We
are
are using SQL 19, 2019 version.
yeah. In means you can use the round robin concept. For that
Okay.
we have to use configure this thing read only routing list that you need to configure.
Yeah, so the thing is in AWS, so we can't, I mean, we don't have a control to set up actually when we create an instance, right? So we
Yeah.
need to select the option called, it's like all drop down list. So in
Uh,
multi-agent. So it will show like either mirroring or always on. So if we select automatically, it will create.
okay.
So we don't have a control to select all these options
Yeah.
since it's managed by completely AWS.
Yes. Yes. Sir, sometimes if you see this option, okay, all the on-prem SQL server what we are using, okay, all the features it is not going to support. Depending upon the platforms, it is going to I mean some features will get removed, some options will get removed. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Any doubts?
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Then I will confirm the application team to use the
Yep.
listener in the application connection
Yep.
team. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Any doubts, guys? Uh,
Yeah.
Sure, I have a one doubt.
Yes, please.
You said Azure hybrid benefit, right? Regarding license. Okay, if we have an on-premise license key, so we can use that license in Azure resources as well. For example, if I want to create an Azure SQL database, okay, while creating the DB, I need to give the these license key over there, or maybe as you said, like auditing time, or
No, no, no,
how
no,
it.
no, no, no. While creating the database, there is one checkbox. Azure
Okay.
Hybrid. That you need to check that. You need to check that box. That's it.
Okay, then how they bill? Like since okay, I can check that box, but I don't get an option to add my license key, right?
Yes, sir. Now that is there is no more control on that for Microsoft I mean in the I mean few it just like uh trust based.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, I mean then how they bill? I mean reduce bill, any idea? So like
Yeah, no, no. Whenever you check that now while creating the any resources in that like Azure SQL database or anything,
hmm,
see the price before
hmm,
checking the Azure hybrid benefit, and
hmm.
check the price after selecting the checkbox. You will get to know
Hmm.
whether you are getting the benefit or not.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting the benefit, but I mean, I can get the benefit, but here my doubt is like, without giving my license key, how they reduce my price? Like whether after 1 month billing, they'll ask my license key. Like
No,
how?
no, they don't ask anything. As previous said that it is going by trust basis.
Okay.
Yeah. So as of now, they are not asking anything. Okay, why? Because sir, there is so much that's a they need to so much background work that it has to be done, right?
Oh,
So now
yeah.
they are going for trust basis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Got it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Any other doubts?
Sir, can you please explain again round robin technique?
Round robin. Okay. Sir, in always on, we are having three replicas. Yes or no? When I'm trying to read the data, first read it will go to the uh, second replica. Yes or no?
Okay. Yeah.
One more user is trying to connect. One more session is going to connect with the read replica. Then it is going to connect to the to one another secondary replica. What you are seeing in the screen. Okay. Again, one more user is trying to connect with the read traffic. Then it will go to the second replica, one third secondary replica. Okay. So in lower versions, when you are trying to connect with the read traffic, it is going to hit. It is going to hit only one secondary replica. Your remaining two secondary replicas are being ideal. Okay. From 2016 onwards,
Okay.
sir, this is a like very high level for just for basic understanding. I am saying for in always on topics comes, we are going to see this practically.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, simple logic, sir. How the rain comes from cloud, right?
From clouds. Yeah.
Where it fall down
On the earth.
on the earth. Where it goes again
Through rivers.
through cloud, through rivers. After in the rivers, from
Yeah.
rivers to
Cloud.
cloud, from cloud to
Earth.
so it is circle, right?
Yeah. Round
So
robin.
that we are calling it as a round robin.
Okay.
Yep. Any other doubts? Any other doubts, please? Okay. Thank you for joining this session. Tomorrow we are going to connect again. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.